right, consider the following statement, which assigns a value to A. Okay, which of the following assigns the same value to B as the value that's stored in A? Okay, so we have to figure out what is the value that's stored in A first, because the answer will be the same, whatever value is stored in A. Once we figure that out, then that's the value that needs to be stored in B. So since A is a Boolean, A is either going to have a true or a false. So we just have to determine, is A true or a false? If it's true, then I will check which one of these is also true. Or alternatively, of course, it could be false. And then if it's false, then I would check which one of these is false, and that's the answer. So let's do that first. So we have here A equals true, and then we have inside of here something that we need to evaluate. So we have 5 divided by 4, and notice that 5 and 4 are both ints. And so when we do the division, and we're going to do that first because of the parentheses is first in the order of operations, we're going to go ahead and do integer division. So 5 divided by 4 is 1 point something. We truncate the point something, so 5 divided by 4 just gives me 1. So now I have 1 mod 3 equal to 2. So the next thing in the order of operations is modulus. I'm going to do that next. So 1 mod 3, that would be 1, since 1 divided by 3 will give me a remainder of 1. And then now I can compare 1 equals 2. No, so that's a false. So we have a true and false. In an and, in order for the final result to be true, we have to have both true. So in this case, this final result here of true and false will be false. So what's stored in A is a false. So the question now is, which one of these will also store a false? Now, if you are able to remember the short circuit, the answer is obvious that it's B. Because remember, in the and, if your first one is false, then automatically, it doesn't matter what the second one is, the whole thing is false, because in an and you have to have both true. So based on that, that one is the correct answer. But I will go ahead and explain how the other ones are all true. Okay, B is the only one that actually assigns a false, and that's how we can figure it out. We don't even have to figure out this part. Even if that was true, false and true would still give me false. So let's take a look at A. A is an OR. The first one is false, but it's an OR. So if the second one is true, then the final result is true. Because remember, in an OR, you only need one of the conditions to be true. So okay, we do 5 divided by 4 mod 3 and check if that equals 1. Now the 5 divided by 4 mod 3, we actually just did that a second ago. We did that here, 5 divided by 4 mod 3, right? And we got that that's 1. So we know that 5 divided by 4 mod 3 is 1. So we would be checking 1 equals to 1, which is true. So false or true would end up giving us a true. So A gives me a true value. So if Boolean A stores false, then true is not matching that, right? So that's why A is incorrect. And actually the rest of these are true. C, you can short circuit. You don't even have to think about the second one, because in an OR, you only need one true. So in an OR, if you start with a true, then you know that the final result is true. So that does not match what's in A, so that's not our answer. D is true and, okay, well, this is an and, so in order for me to determine, if this is true or not, I have to check the second one. But notice the second condition is 5 divided by 4 mod 3, if that equals 1, which of course the 5 divided by 4 mod 3 is 1. We went over that a second ago. And so 1 equals 1 would be true. So we have a true and true, which is true. And then last one, we have here not true, which is of course false. And we have not false, which is of course true. And so then the logical will be false or true, which in an or you only need one true, so that final result is true. So as you can see, the other answer options are all going to store true. The only one that stores the same value as A, false, is B.